Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. I'm Charles Skaggs, your recording challenged co-host of the podcast. And with me is Zan Sprouse, who's getting hot in here a little bit.
I only took off some of my clothes.
Some of your clothes, yes.
Yeah.
And just get your minds out of the gutter, everybody. That's not...
I love how this is an audio podcast,
Yes.
And now everybody knows what it will look like, and no one would have had to have known that you had recording problems. You just told all of our secrets. We're no longer filled with secrets, Charles.
No, we have plenty of secrets. We're filled with secrets.
We're filled with secrets.
Yes,
Yep.
filled with secrets.
Yep.
Yep. So welcome back, everybody. So this is episode 45 for the fourth episode of the second season, Laura's Secret Diary, we're going to talk about today. And this originally aired on October 20th, 1990, written by, hold on, this is a bit of a scorecard here, Jerry Stahl, Mark Frost, Harley Payton, and Robert Engels.
Wow, that's a lot of good writers.
Yes. So 4 people had their hands in this. And this was directed by Todd Holland.
Okay.
So I'm guessing this is a bit of a writer's room on this one.
Well, as we said last week, a lot of things are going on. So
Yes.
we've opened some cans of worms, and a lot of stuff is going on here.
Lots of weird, wild stuff.
Weird, wild stuff, yes.
Yes, and we get the return of Joan Chen at long last as
Thank
Josie
goodness.
Packard. Yeah, she's been gone for a few episodes shopping, as it turns out, or among other things.
She's been shopping in Seattle, according to what she said to Pete.
Yeah,
So.
that's at least the story.
Right.
And we will find out what's going on with Josie a little later.
It's not good. None of it's good.
None of it's good.
Nope. None of it's good. She does not bring Pete back anything from, men's haberdashery or anything like that.
No. There's no gifts for Pete as far as we know, unless she's the one that bought him that mongoose, that stuffed mongoose in this episode.
That'd be pretty hilarious if that was the case.
Like, hey, I was thinking, since you like dead animals, here's a stuffed mongoose. Yeah.
Here you go. I saw this at the store and thought of you.
Exactly. And we get the introduction of the notorious Fumio Yamaguchi.
Oh, not good.
Not good.
Nope. None of this is good, people.
Nope. As the enigmatic Mr. Tojimura.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get Royal Dano as Judge Clinton Sternwood. A character I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of on this show. I thought he had potential, and he's only in like a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the death of a character who obviously had it coming big time.
Well, yeah.
And we'll talk about that too. But everybody can cheer as that happens.
Oh, yes.
And
we will.
And you can cheer as another character deservedly gets the crap kicked out of him at the end of the
always
episode.
Good.
Which is
always
good.
nice.
So see, plenty of things to look forward to this time.
Yeah, Twin Peaks last episode some momentum started.
Yeah,
so it's starting to get good.
Because we're building to the big reveal, and also the big climax of the Who Killed Laura Palmer saga.
We're gonna find that out pretty soon.
So, but things are in motion, and it only gets good from here. As far as
I see plans within plans.
Yes, worlds within worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see you behind them.
Me behind them?
Well, I'm just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got it. Okay.
I'm just quoting Dune. I don't, there's nowhere else for me to go but there.
That's all right. I got you.
Yep. That's how I roll.
That's how you roll.
I roll.
On Arrakis. Dune. Desert planet.
Never one drop of rain.
Father, the sleeper has awakened.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. That's another movie. We were talking about Superman, watching Superman earlier. and how I could just watch that movie over and over again. Well, Dune is another movie I could watch over and over again for different reasons.
Dune is weird for me because I love it, but it puts me to sleep because if you put on the Alan Smithy version,
Yeah, well,
it takes so long.
see. I don't watch the Alan Smithy version.
Yeah,
I watched the Lynch version and the theatrical version. And
yeah, it's very relaxing. The Alan Smithy
yeah,
version is very
I
relaxing.
actually
It's a good.
prefer the theatrical version because I like the Princess Irulan
Me too.
introduction to the movie. I think it works much better.
Well, I don't want to see a still cartoon version of half of the stuff we
Yeah,
don't get
yeah,
to see.
exactly. It's like the artwork is nice,
Right.
but it's not exactly grabbing me
No.
as a movie. So it's not nearly as cinematic as everybody would like to think
Well, I read a review
that
of
conceptual artwork is, but
right. I read a review of Dune
hmm
and a long time ago, and Dune, of course, does not get good reviews.
right.
Um, it's well loved, but it's not well regarded. And somebody said that the best thing about it is that it makes you want to read or reread the book.
hmm
And that's the thing. It makes you want to read the book. So don't tell me the whole book in courtroom
Fashion,
drawing
yeah,
form. Yeah.
very dry and
Yeah.
formalized. Yeah,
And it's great that it's Frank Herbert doing that narration, doing the voiceover, but
yeah,
still I don't want 5 minutes of it.
yeah. It
So
doesn't. It's not like he's a known actor, so it doesn't quite like if they had gotten Patrick Stewart to do it
that would have been interesting.
with
Yeah.
his voice,
Right.
but
Or even if they had still gotten
or Kyle
Virginia
MacLachlan
Madsen.
or
Any,
yeah, yeah, anybody's.
just right, somebody who it he sounded like a book on tape, which is
Yes,
great,
yeah.
but it's
It
not a
did
theatrical grab.
that is great. It does. I totally agree with you. It sounds like an audiobook.
Yeah, and I would listen to the audiobook read by Frank Herbert any day of the week. I just don't want that in the movie.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. All right. So shall we start diving in?
Let's do this.
All right. So for everybody playing at home, we are at the 1 minute 31 second mark again. Just when it fades to black, or as is black, excuse me, right after created by Mark Frost and David Lynch. So
All right.
let me get my headphones in.
Is everybody in?
I have two pairs of headphones, which is something I'm hoping to do something about here around Christmas time, because I found out I'm getting a certain Christmas gift already.
Oh yes, electronic shopping lists are
Exactly.
thwarting surprises all
So
over the country right about
yeah,
now.
yeah. Best Buy just spoiled a Christmas gift for me because my email was linked to it. So
Aw.
way to go, Best Buy. Spoilers.
Try to act surprised.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What in the world can that be? Yeah, yeah. All right. So if everybody's ready, got their movies queued up, we'll push play right here in 3, 2, 1. Doink.
All right. And this, I think, is
And we
the
get
eardrum of a
screaming.
tree.
Yeah. First time I saw this, I had no idea what this was.
I
And then,
thought the first time I saw this, I thought we were out in the woods somewhere because
yeah,
seriously, this is what I think the eardrum of a tree would
I
look
thought
like.
this was like something like maybe there was an animal that had burrowed into something. And we do this slow, like zoom out, and it's very cleverly shot
Mm-hmm.
with a nice vertigo spin to it, which I like.
Right.
And it pulls back, and there's holes, and then eventually we find out that it's the soundproofing in the sheriff station interrogation room.
Right. And I think that's interesting because back in this is 1990.
Yes, 1990.
Those little tiny cameras that get inside of something like that, expensive.
Right.
So,
Well, I'm sure maybe Lynch or somebody with a production was like, "We're going to use this again."
right. We'll keep using this tiny little camera, this super macro close-up camera.
Maybe Lynch loaned his camera that he used for the ear in Blue Velvet.
Ew. Maybe.
Maybe.
Quite possible, yeah. So this is an interesting game here of Leland or Bob because
Yeah.
part of me, the look on his face right now makes me wonder, is it Is it Bob? Because he's answering the questions in a very, I'm going to answer the question you asked me. I'm not going to be specific. It's very
Right.
non-helpful. Just, where did you go to Calhoun Memorial Hospital? I was going to look for someone. But at the same time, he has that furrowed brow that Leland has.
Yeah.
And I think at
And
this point,
Leland, when with this, I'm sorry to interrupt. When we open this episode, he's like checked out practically.
yes, he's totally checked out.
He seems detached.
Right. And I think at this point, there's a very good possibility that Leland is like, he gives 0 Fs right now.
Right.
He's pretty sure he knows one of the people that was involved in killing his daughter. So he's like, yeah, I killed him. He killed my Laura. I'm, whatever. Come at me, bro. I think he's
Right.
got that going on because, and then here we have him crying. Have you ever experienced absolute loss? And he says, no, it's more than grief. It's absolute loss. And Leland has been experiencing absolute loss
Right.
since he was 14. Since he was 14 and Bob came over him, and he has barely had control over his own body for the last 40, 30, 40 years, something like that. So
Right.
he's, 30 years, he was 14. So he's probably just like, whatever, I don't even care. You guys have no idea what I've been through. You have no idea how I just don't care what you do to me at this point. My daughter's been taken away from me. My own freedom's been, even if you put me in prison, I'm still not, I'm going to have even less freedom than other prisoners have. So I think I think it could go either way on this one.
Yeah.
And I think, again, shout out to Ray Wise for making me not 100% sure who it is.
That's just
It
what
could
I was
go
going to
either way
say.
at any second.
Ray Wise is phenomenal in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And just that ambiguity between Leland and Bob in that. And I kind of wonder if maybe it's Leland, but Leland driven insane because of
Mm-hmm.
Bob.
Right. Right. And it's, or,
like he's, has that kind of detachment, like he's gone into a fugue state.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If you know what a fugue state is.
Right. Or like even in something like, Samuel L. Jackson in A Time to Kill. I don't care. These guys raped my daughter. I'm going to kill them right here in the courthouse. I do not care what happens to me. Screw it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, gross.
Yeah. Apparently Andy's looking for a retest.
A retest of his semen count, of his sperm count.
And Doc Hayward's so clinical. He's just like, put it in a brown bag and I'll wait in the car.
He's like, I've got this specimen bottle right here.
Let's just hope Andy doesn't confuse that with someone's bagged lunch.
Unless it's Chad's. Chad can use that as mayonnaise for all I care.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all that coffee.
All that coffee.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He was going to the bathroom with a copy of Flesh World. So he specimen.
So that awkward moment when the girl you like finds your porn stash.
Flesh World bathrooms? You were going in there to be naughty.
Yeah. You take this and I'm so ashamed.
And I'm sure Andy's thinking to himself, well, bumping into you with all the coffee is perfect. Fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
I think Andy's concerned because he was told he can't have children, but here's Lucy pregnant.
Right.
And I think he's hoping that it's his and not Dick Tremaine, as are we all.
Right, because we don't want Dick's DNA anywhere near
anything ever.
No. but considering what we know that it's Wally Brando she's preggers with, I think it's safe to say it's Andy's.
I think it's very safe to say it's Andy's. Yeah.
That doesn't seem to have any Dick Tremaine anywhere in Wally Brando.
No. Nope.
I like Cooper here. He's got like rocking the old school Palm Pilot.
He's got the PDA from like a million years ago. Where
the PDA, yeah. So he's all doot doot doot, and it's like, man, if only like someone would invent a way to share contact information electronically.
Yeah, it's essentially, those old PDAs were essentially calculators.
Yes.
That could do letters, and they had a calendar on them. That was about it. There wasn't a lot you could do with it.
And don't. Here's Andy, like with his vial rolling under a chair.
Yes, and Andy has new shoes.
New shoes.
New shoes. But again,
And,
I get ahead of myself.
and skinny jeans or something. There, he's all.
Oh no, he's just got a tight booty. Yeah.
Andy got back.
Bum 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 bum. These are the same brand of boots we found at Leo Johnson's. So we now know that
Right.
Leo Johnson bought his boots from Philip Gerard.
Exactly. There's the connection.
So we've got to find Philip Gerard because there's more to this than just cocaine being hidden with the shoes in the porch.
We got to find the one-armed man, just like
Yeah,
Dr. Richard Kimball in The Fugitive.
that's true.
That's where Philip Gerard was named after. Flip. Andy has, or Lucy is giving 0 Fs right now.
And she's so upset and annoyed that even Cooper has no idea what her problem is right now.
Right. Exactly.
He's like, "What's up with Lucy?" And even he can't
Yeah.
figure it out.
Hey, look, it's an actual different angle on the exterior of the Great Northern for once.
Seriously. And so we're in the Great Northern,
Yep.
and we find out that M.T. Wentz is coming to Twin Peaks.
Right. I kept
And
wondering if that was like an anagram for something, but it doesn't work.
no, I can't quite figure it out. But it basically stands for bitch.
Yes. Yeah,
And,
pretty much, as we'll find out, because
total bitch.
a major
Yeah.
connection to Norma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, which we find out later in the secret history it's actually a stepmother, but in this we were led to believe it's Norma's mother.
Yeah. And here we have Belina Martin Logan as Louie Birdsong Budway.
She's so excited.
She's cute. It's a shame that she wasn't in more episodes. I think she was a good hotel person to talk with
Yeah.
Ben.
Well, isn't MT Wentz actually Annie's mother? She's Annie's biological mother.
Is she? Oh yeah,
I
you're
believe
right.
she is.
Yes, as we found
Yeah.
out in the final dossier, I believe.
So here we have Jean Renault talking to
Yeah.
Benjamin Horne, basically saying, "Where the hell have you been? Come get your stupid daughter."
Yeah.
And feeding her thousands of dollars of heroin for
This
weeks now.
like he's gesturing to have him sit down. It's like, well, gee, thanks for letting me sit down in my own office.
In my own office, but oh, here, look what we've got going on.
Seen it.
Yep.
Got the remote.
I'm pretty sure Dinosaurs is on.
Nice.
Trying
Very
to think of.
Very nice obscure reference.
Well, I'm just trying to think of something that was on in 1990.
Right.
Not
the mama.
But it's like I love that old VCP monitor too, with all the controls in it. It's gigantic, and it probably weighs like 40 pounds.
Right.
That's awesome. Oh.
Jean's making a move against Blackie and Emery.
That's the thing. Everybody's in bed with at least 6 people in this town when it comes to crime.
Well,
the only person who was working one angle was Catherine.
Right.
And look how that turned out.
And I was going to say, maybe that was her downfall, is that she didn't have enough, side projects.
Right. Exactly.
She needed to diversify her portfolio.
Well, her biggest problem was trusting Benjamin Horne.
That's everybody's problem, trusting Benjamin Horne.
I don't trust him any further than I could throw him.
Nope.
And
I think
with
the only
my
person,
back, I should throw anybody.
I think the only person that Ben trusts is Jerry.
That's about it. Yeah. That's about it.
He's loyal to his brother, and that's about as far as it goes.
And even then, I think he takes Jerry with a little bit of a grain of salt, because Jerry's a pain in the ass.
He is. Especially as he gets older and gets himself lost in the woods.
Yeah. So Jean wants to kill Cooper. So Cooper has to be the one to deliver the ransom for Audrey. And things are going to start getting interesting here with the FBI.
Yep.
Because we're going to need some more FBI guys.
Very nice Die Hard reference.
Thank you.
Well played. That's coming out in the movie theaters too.
Yeah, for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah. I want to go see that too.
Totally
Oh,
gonna go see because that is my favorite Christmas
it's
movie.
it's okay. The chair had it coming.
Yeah, it just was sitting there like it owned the
Yep.
place. Um, yeah,
But
and do we ever did we know where Jerry is? I mean, we know he
oh, where
like
he goes? Well, probably like to go with Norwegians or whatnot to or
Iceland.
Icelanders.
Yeah.
Maybe he's with
Gross, gross, gross. Don't tell high school girls how pretty they are.
Ah, he is so yes.
He's just that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like he gives me the
Yeah.
willies. Like they're like if
Yeah.
he works at the Double R Diner, then they can't have teenagers within 500 feet of it.
Yeah. Thanks for the compliment, Skeevy McSkeeverson.
Seriously. Oh, MT Wentz. Oh, it's rabbi chili. What
Yeah,
does that
no,
mean? Is
it's
it kosher? Oh, rabbit
it's
chili.
rabbit
Right.
chili because rabbit chili's on special.
So it probably tastes like chicken.
But rabbi chili, that's a that's a rather disturbing bit of chili, I would think.
It's
It may,
kosher. It
is it,
comes it comes with matzah instead of saltine
mm,
crackers.
rabbis.
It's been blessed by a rabbi, so it's kosher.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Oh, let's take some
Let's
let's
take.
take some petty cash and
Yep.
go buy some
Yeah.
tablecloths.
So I'm gonna take 100. I'm gonna spend $50 on tablecloths, and then I'm gonna go spend the other 50 on gambling, drugs, you name it, a new gun.
Okay, here's my question: how does the Double R Diner have $100 bill?
I
What could
know.
you possibly buy at a
Uh,
diner?
I'll tell you how.
All the pie.
Cooper buying pie and coffee.
Seriously, I
Cooper
can see.
Cooper like he probably bought Norma like a wing on her house,
Yeah.
or at
Oh,
least
hey, reason to call Ed. Sure, I guess.
yep.
I guess I'll do that. And this is the thing about him. He's such a psychopath that these are all really good ideas, and it
Yep.
sounds like he's being really nice.
Everybody stop. Hammer time.
Aw. What should we drink to? Giving booze to a minor, maybe? Is
Let's
that
drink
what
to
we should think?
Ben. Yeah, drink to Ben.
Oh, yeah. Laura's very sweet, but you are giving booze to a minor.
I
Or at
don't think
least somebody who's.
I'm
Are
sure
you
that
considered a minor if you're between drinking age and legal age? How
well,
does that work?
I guess it all depends on what the legal age was back in 1990 in Washington State.
I thought it was 21 federally in the 80s.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure.
according to Chris,
Yes, Chris is up
it
on
went
this.
well, it went 21 federally in the 80s, like the year he was supposed to turn 18.
Oh, that's how he knows.
That's how he
Because he
remembers.
was directly affected by it. Okay.
He was about ready to drink in Virginia,
And then they raised it.
and then they raised it federally to 21 all over the country, and he's like, "What is this noise?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was yeah, cuz you
Yeah.
were you were 21 by this point. So, it didn't matter to you. You wouldn't have
Right.
known.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So let's see. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and my father killed me.
Yeah, pretty much. Can we just maybe say that here? And yeah, her that's the thing about this diary is it's not gonna make you feel any better about her.
No.
With her.
And I love the fact it's like, well, hey, let me read you a passage, and it's talking about like Laura getting with these really big guys.
Hmm.
It's like
And talking about
maybe you should have proofread that before you like maybe marked a page that would have worked a little better.
I think he might have seen the part where uh she saw that where he saw that she was talking about how much she loved Donna and how
Hmm.
worried she was that if Donna really knew her, she wouldn't like me.
Right.
So, I think he was trying to give her that, but then when he realized what he was reading, it's like, oh my God, this is a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. And, and Harold is talking here about how people listen to him. And since he kind of is able to listen to things and take it, he doesn't have the noise of the outside world
Right.
bothering him. So he is having he has the ability to sort of take everybody's narratives and look at them in because he can allow his mind to spiral outward.
I think it kind of feeds his insecurities of his ego a little bit because he's lonely, but he feels kind of self-important that people tell him secrets.
Right. And I think he likes that he has something that he can do for people because he can't leave the house. He
Right,
can't. And he likes that people talk to him because he doesn't get to see the world. He gets to see the world through other people's eyes
right.
and sadly through their problems.
Yeah, and he tried to get,
And
like we just saw, he's like, well, maybe you can tell me some stuff too.
right. And, maybe he can process it in his observant herald kind of way. $120,000 cash, which, Ben Horn is like Mr.
Yep,
Burns. He has that in his
yep.
back pocket.
Let's see, my daughter's been kidnapped. Let's light up a big old cigar and
Well, he's not there for carrots yet.
nope,
So,
nope.
oh, we're back
Oh,
from shopping.
yep, uh, yep. Oh, here's my cover story.
Here's what I think is funny.
This could be one hell
She
of a J.C. Penney's bill.
she comes in with like 5 hat boxes. I've like never seen Josie wear a hat.
Right.
That's so funny. And oh, we're gonna find out soon enough. Well,
Yeah, here's
Josie only heard half the story.
yeah. Turns out, well, Catherine died in the fire.
Yeah, well, or so we think.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, try not to act too excited
Yeah,
when you're with Pete.
and here's Josie going, "Oh, that's terrible. I'm
Yeah.
so upset that Catherine died."
Well, here's the thing about Josie. She genuinely feels bad for Pete, but she's going in her own mind like, oh, thank God,
Yeah,
I don't have to deal with that bitch anymore.
right.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like even the
Yeah,
sawmill fire, you would have seen the body.
yeah, and she's trying to
So
act all innocent, like, "Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of this."
yeah,
Yep.
but she's
Meanwhile, at the
she's
Hall of
also
Ghostwood,
yeah, seriously. Meanwhile, in the Black Woods, in the Black Lodge. Oh, Emery Battis.
it's
I'm
okay. You won't have to put up with it much longer.
ah,
Like, doodly 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 doodly.
just stop giving me heroin, please. Um,
I think I'm high.
yes, awesome.
Like, I'm getting seasick from this. Are we on a boat?
Yeah, seriously, this is. Mm,
Yeah, and Jean is not pleased with this. I think it's just the excuse he wanted to off Emery.
yeah, exactly. Um,
He's trying to win her confidence because she's stoned out of her mind.
seriously, poor little thing. Well, and yeah, he's definitely trying to
Right.
get his for this. He doesn't really care what's going on with anybody else. God, this office is
The worst.
so gaudy.
You really hate this decor.
I really hate this decor, and oh,
Oh,
so sad. Somebody get a vacuum and clean that up.
thank you.
Yeah,
So that's one down.
yeah. So yeah, somebody get the vacuum and clean that up. Fitting,
You know,
ironic.
you ruined that poor ugly carpet.
You ruined that poor, disgusting carpet. Maybe we could get somebody in there and get some better decor.
He owed me money. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
If you drink the last cup of coffee, kindly make another pot.
Right. I
Which
hope
looks like what Lucy's doing right here.
I hope the station has like a recycling program for all those donut boxes. It's not a good idea to be talking to her right now with a knife.
Seriously.
And Cooper's
All
just
the
like, okay, this is getting really old really fast.
Yeah, he's like, seriously, you need to, you got to deal with this because you're really annoying the living crap out of all of us, and you're turning Andy into a bigger bumbling idiot than Andy usually is.
Right.
So,
You're not really good for office morale, Lucy.
see, and this is, Lucy, I don't know if you should be looking a gift horse in the mouth like this. Maybe he doesn't exercise, he's not very cultured, so
Well,
we're going to go to Dick Tremaine.
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I know. She's just like, well, he doesn't even own a sports coat. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, he sounds like a real a-hole.
I want to know what. So she had a little bit of a. They were on a break. Is what she's
Yes.
telling us right now.
Right.
Um.
She wasn't exclusive. She was back on the market.
Yeah. And so I wonder what what TV show she watched that told her she needed me time. Was it like Sally Jesse Raphael or something like that? Are you still seeing this, Dick?
Right. Donahue. It was Donahue.
It was Donahue. Yeah, that is Dick with a capital D or not. The sentence works either way. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I think you should get. I mean, if your choices are Dick Tremaine and Andy,
I think it's kind of pretty obvious.
I'm going with Andy. I don't know why you even go for Dick Tremaine, but like I've said before,
Right.
A-hole guys for women are like the Matrix. You have to be shown. You cannot be told.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to experience that to learn what to stay the hell away from. And are those just old boxes just sitting there that somebody needs to break down and recycle?
That's what I'm saying.
How many donuts they?
That's what I'm saying. It's like they
go
really need a recycling program for all those donut boxes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's like if we just pull out a donut box every hour.
Yeah, so it's just Lucy's normal routine. It's like, oh, Cooper's in the building. Okay, here's another couple donut boxes.
Oh, Cooper. No.
I'll be Diane. I'll be shooting up my insulin in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yes. This is a Bookhouse Boy plan.
Yep.
And it is going to. This is spoiler alert. This is going to get Cooper suspended from the FBI for a little bit.
Yep. You're not going to ask me out, are you?
Well, I'd go out with him.
This is where get the Cooper Truman shipping going. All the slash fic.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is out there somewhere.
Could I love him more?
He's so dreamy.
He's like, we're going to kill somebody and it's going to be great. Poor Andy.
Andy gets
where the moon, David.
That's no moon.
Now, see, I don't like a diner with like these tablecloths and flowers trying to be all fancy.
Right. I don't know but I get why they're trying to do it because, hey, it's a critic and it's a big deal if he recommends the place.
Right, it is, but there's no...
But I think they're going about it completely the wrong way.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, the flowers and the tablecloths.
It's overkill.
Right, and seating somebody, that's not a diner. A diner, you find a table that you need.
Yeah.
You get a $1.95 BLT and a $1.25 slice of pie. And then you're on your merry way, or you just hang out with your friends. This is not fancy dining, and for a reason.
I grew up in a family restaurant. All they care about is like, is the food good, and is the waitress nice?
Yeah. Poor Toad. He has to go eat his messy burger.
I think you need to go in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, it's also red herring.
Yep.
Hey, what's happening?
Hi.
Oh, we forgot about the bathroom. Oh my God. Get a hose. Get a hose.
Yeah, just finished painting it. Right.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Toad is apparently eating out of like the soup pot that's just there for everybody.
That darn Toad. It's like, what? You wanted me to go back in the kitchen and now you don't want me in the kitchen? Make up your damn mind.
And that's the thing too. This is a
Oh, and here's don't mind me just stealing a wallet. No big deal.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, meanwhile, in a booth we've never seen before.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the restaurant,
the secret booth.
Yeah, those the flowers and those little candles.
Right.
It looks like a 1980s Chinese restaurant, frankly.
It's like right out of a Christmas story.
Yeah, I'm really, really mad at you for holding the hand of somebody who was crying.
Yeah, who said we couldn't see other people? You did when you freaked out because I held James's hand.
Oh, good job, Maddie, turning it back around on Donna. Are you seeing somebody else? Maddie, I
Yep,
need your help,
yep.
even though I'm going to treat you like a total bitch and tell you I'm totally mad at you.
These two are staring daggers at each other, just like
Yeah.
bitch, 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 bitch.
Which is ridiculous because, yeah, seriously, she was consoling somebody who was crying.
Right,
And I don't think the problem with James going out
right.
with Maddie is the fact that he's
Yeah,
stepping out on Donna. The problem with James going out with Maddie is Maddie looks exactly like his dead ex-girlfriend. And
exactly.
that's just weird, yo.
Right.
That is just creepy.
It's like
So,
maybe you would be more concerned about it. Maybe you should have been more concerned about it, Donna, that hey, she took off her glasses and broke them, and now she looks even more like James's dead girlfriend.
but it's still creepy that if he goes for her, that's still kind of creepy. That's like your
And I
uh
love Donna. It's like, even though I'm pissed at you, I need
I
your
need your help.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, help
And
me.
I think you should put that wallet back there, Hank. This might not
Ominous,
be
ominous Hank is ominous.
ominous. Hank is very ominous.
Meanwhile, in a Hammer horror film,
Oh, yes, exactly. Hey, Josie's back from shopping. Where the hell have you
hey
been? Oh,
now,
let's not talk about that. I have a nightgown. So, yeah, I think.
yeah, Josie's acting so like got her baby doll voice going,
Yeah.
and
She's trying to make Harry forget that she up and left before the town
right.
came completely unglued.
Let me show off my stems.
Yep. Seriously. Were you really in Seattle? Yeah, did you see all my hat boxes?
That of hats, empty hat boxes that of hats that I don't wear.
Yeah, exactly. These are fancy things.
Right.
Yeah. I told you I had to get away. See? I'm a manipulative psychopath, so I'm going to make everything your fault.
She's really working him hard here.
She's good. Josie's good at what she does. She's survived this long.
Hmm.
I still want to know how she got
So do you think she actually cared for Harry at all, or didn't?
Oh, she totally cared for Harry.
You think?
Yeah, I think oh yeah, I think that's Harry and Pete were making her sort of want to kind of turn around. I think that's why she stayed in Twin Peaks
Okay.
after
To try to like turn her life around, but then like because of Jonathan and all these others, she got pulled back in.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Um I
But
think
but but
she's
but she shot Cooper. Spoilers.
because he came here.
Right.
Well, he was gonna mess up her nice little Lumberton existence.
Right.
You know, he was gonna screw that up, and that's why she did it. That's why
Yep.
she didn't want him to
And when
uncover
and I
his.
love this. She's like, rip it
Yeah,
good. When a problem comes along, you must
you must rip it.
rip it good.
Um, Josie is filled with secrets, and she knew that if Cooper came and started like doing background checks on people,
Yeah.
he was going to find out about all of her Hong Kong shenanigans.
Right.
Notice how I use the word
I
shenanigans?
see what you did
I
there.
use that.
Very
I did that on
well played.
purpose. Yeah.
What are
So
shenanigans? Rip.
mischief. Yeah.
Yep. Twin Peaks, the trashy romance novel, coming soon.
Yeah. Seriously. You know what? At least untuck your shirt, Harry. Come on.
Well, something tells me that shirt's not going to be on much longer.
I hope not.
And meanwhile, in the window,
Meanwhile,
meanwhile,
oh, dun 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 dun.
Jonathan in the window. Ah,
Somebody followed her home from Seattle,
it's like,
and now he's just being pervy.
yeah, it's like
That's the thing.
that is so hot.
Oh God, I want that Fire King mug so bad. That is amazing. Yeah, Green Fire King. That is so
Is
pricey
that
now,
what
but
that
it's
is?
so cool. Yeah,
I did not know. It looked kind of like Santa Claus to me.
it was to the right of Santa Claus.
Oh, I see.
It was the green mug, not the.
Okay.
Oh, here's the
Here's
judge.
Judge Sternwood, everybody.
Oh,
What you got cooking?
How's about cooking something up for me? Oh,
Buddy Ebsen.
well, the Buddy Ebsen Society.
Buddy Ebsen impersonator. Judge
Yeah.
Sternwood.
Buddy Ebsen, for those of you who don't remember,
Yeah,
was
it's kind of an obscure reference.
yeah,
Barnaby
he was,
Jones.
and he was one of the Clampets.
Yes, he was. He was
Beverly
Jed
Hillbillies.
Clampett back in the day. Beverly Hillbillies, the original, the OG Jed Clampett.
The OG. And did you know he was almost the Tin Man?
Yes, I did know that. But
But
apparently he
not.
was allergic to the makeup.
He was allergic to the silver makeup. That's exactly
So he
right.
lost the role.
Which was probably made out of like silver nitrate and probably
Yeah.
probably
So he's
killed
very
him.
so he's probably very flammable.
Yeah, exactly. Judge Sternward, we're about to go and do something illegal, and I just had sex. So could you maybe hang out for a while, please?
Exactly. Your Honor, Your Honor.
The Winnebago. I love this guy.
Yep. See, this guy was a spin-off series waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic.
Judge Stewart in the Winnebago with Sid, and they fight crime.
See that mug he's carrying? That's a Fire King.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. It's highly collectible because it's so cool.
Judge Sternwood redefining Cooper's idea of heaven.
Yeah, pretty much.
Heaven is a large and interesting place. Oh, hey, Dick.
Belinda Carlisle told me that heaven is a place on earth. I've been miserable because I found out that you're going to have a baby and it might be mine, and that's going to ruin my horns. Are you wearing a flannel plaid shirt with an ascot? Are you kidding me right now?
Yep.
Are you kidding me with this?
That's what he was wearing when he took her to the Double R Diner for their big feast.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently he's really into the idea of flannel shirts with ascots.
Yeah. I must do the right thing. Yeah, that's romantic. That's what you want to hear.
Yep. Oh, it gets even better.
Uh-huh. It's enough money for the clinic if you go before 12 weeks.
It's like that awkward moment when the guy that might have knocked you up pays for your abortion.
That you didn't even ask him for.
Yes.
So I mean, if you asked him, that's fine. And but this,
She didn't ask him. It's all like, hey, here's some abortion money. Go have fun, yo.
Because we're doing that, right?
Right. The little problem.
Yeah, the problem.
Because he can't even be man enough to like say the word abortion.
Well, I think
maybe it's standards and practices.
Too. I was going to say, I think that's an ABC call.
Probably. Probably. And this is even before they got bought out by Disney. So.
Yes, it was. So I think that's probably why we're using the euphemisms here.
Probably.
And turn the key, go home, and take this money and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, credit to Lucy here for telling him to stick that where the sun doesn't shine.
Yes, good for her. And I think she realizes that he's going to fight her, but she doesn't care.
She gets all, it's like, fine, have my baby. See if I care.
See if I care. I'm going to give that kid a discount.
Yes.
On baby clothes.
That kid's not going to get a 20% discount at Horn's department store.
So not. Seriously. Aw, poor Lucy.
Meanwhile, Andy overhears Lucy crying, keeps on walking.
Well, he has to take Leland into.
It was probably a good thing.
But that's the thing is, he stops and he wants to go see Lucy, but he's got to do his job.
Right, but she probably needed that alone time, I think.
Well, that's what the TV show told her. And she's done nothing but act like she doesn't want to see Andy.
Yeah. Now, don't you think that the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department could afford a map of the city as opposed to just drawing it on a blackboard?
Well, isn't that the same blackboard that they took out in the woods with them?
Yeah, it is.
Well, they probably didn't want to take their map out. Their map is probably one of those roll down things, like we had in school.
Right. But I mean, couldn't they just take it off and tape it up or something? And
I guess. But they also had to draw the mountains. So,
Little fluffy clouds.
yeah. There's
Pre-
no there's no mistakes, there's just happy accidents.
Pretty little trees.
Maybe he has a friend who lives right here. Um,
Pretty little sycamore trees.
and I'll see you and you'll see me. Witness me!
It's like it's a pretty brave guy to wear Nike shoelaces as a bolo tie.
Hey, he cut the aglets off.
Right,
Give him some credit. Yeah, where is
yeah,
Ludwig the prosecutor?
right,
It's 10 p.m. and we're drinking in the conference room at the
yeah.
police station. Isn't that where everybody is on a Thursday? Yeah. This I
Uh,
think is Bob because he's trying to hold his
yes, he's got a little bit of a smile to his face.
well, and he's trying to hold it together and he's trying to be
Mr.
polite
Yeah, like
and
give everybody what they think they want.
yeah. So I think this is
The,
and I think for Leland's survival, I think he's
yeah,
probably shut down and he's let Bob take over. So,
this is the Bob that kind of goes off, like says something, then goes off to a private corner and starts giggling to himself.
yes. Oh, I feel like everybody in the 90s had that jacket.
And along came Sid.
Here's Sid. When I first saw this, I thought there was going to be some sort of Sid Cooper thing
Yeah, there
going.
was. I mean, he does seem like, hey, she's intriguing, but they went nowhere with that. Absolutely nowhere.
Hook up the Winnie. Is that some sort of euphemism I'm unaware of?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
they put the kibosh on that possible love thing right there.
Right.
So, oh, it's thunder and lightning. It's ominous for our
Right.
trip across the border to get Audrey Horne back home. Lumber Queen semifinals.
The Tri-County Lumber Queen semifinals.
Who is this
Yeah.
mysterious Japanese character?
Enter Mr. Tak or what is his name? I forget his name now.
It's like Takamura or something like that.
Tajimura. Thank you. Yes.
Tajimura.
Yes.
That's it.
Hello, Mr. Tajimura.
You sound like you have a frog in your throat. And you have absolutely no burn marks on you.
But credit to the makeup department because this is a great disguise.
It is kind of a good disguise, yeah. But,
Lightly racist, but a good disguise.
slightly racist, yeah. That's a little bit
Yeah.
that's the one problem.
Yeah.
And the voice is terrible.
So here's a fun fact. Apparently, David Lynch asked Fumio Yamaguchi's identity be kept secret from everybody in the cast.
Really?
Yes, and apparently Peggy Lipton thought that Isabella Rossellini was the one under the makeup.
Interesting.
There's
Were they
a little
still
trivia there for everybody.
together at this point?
Yeah, I think they were.
Because I
Because this
from what
wasn't.
I
Because remember, this wasn't far after Blue Velvet.
mm-mm.
So I think
No,
they were
that's
still.
true.
So I think they were still together at this point.
Because I remember that they were
And she would be about the right height for
yeah,
Isabella Rossellini, I'm guessing.
yeah.
Louis making the phone call.
Yeah, but everybody thinks it's MT Wentz.
Yep.
Oh, little do they know. So, oh yeah, this
Yeah,
is
let's introduce Pete to Jonathan with here's the infamous stuffed mongoose
the stuffed mongoose.
with what looks like a feather duster on the end of it.
I know it's adorable. What in the crap are you doing here?
Like, here, hold this.
Yeah, like I said, I think she actually likes
Pete.
Pete, so I think she's having a hard time with this sale of the mill
Right.
because that means she's got to like bamboozle Pete. I don't think she wants to do that.
So,
Eckhart, when
yes,
is he going to show up?
our first reference of Thomas Eckhart.
I need him to show up. I'm so excited.
It's going to be good, David Warner.
Oh, so good. Love me some David Warner.
Who doesn't
What
love
about the
David Warner?
sheriff? Oh, he means nothing to me.
Yes.
That's not what I asked you, and the lady doth protest so much.
It's like, leave me alone. I'm petting my mongoose.
Cooper, are you
Like,
playing Go with your peanuts?
now look at it. Cooper has like organized the nuts into like
Yeah, it
this
looks like
weird
he's playing.
triangle pattern pointed at himself.
He's like trying to play Go with his peanuts
This
or
is like
something.
total Rain Man type stuff here he's doing.
Seriously. So Harry is the best man he can come up with to help Cooper in his.
You got me.
Oh, I see what you did there. And in their illegal
Yep.
snatching of Audrey across the border,
Go,
although she
go
is.
Team Bookhouse.
Yeah, go Team Bookhouse. Seriously.
Oh,
So
here,
does he live in the kitchen?
let's enjoy this moment, shall we?
Yeah.
Hank answers the door. Oh, nobody's there at the door.
Mm-hmm.
In the double R.
And it's like he lives in the kitchen.
Yeah.
In his,
he sleeps on the floor.
in his pajamas. Yeah, seriously. It's like that. Bum 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 bum.
Oh, lights go out. Jonathan, what are you doing here, all Men in Blacky?
I'm doing my Blues Brothers impression. How you doing, Hank?
Have you seen the light? Have you seen the light?
Guys, do what you got to do, but keep the diner intact, please.
Right.
And if you guys,
I love Hank thinking he can fight
you
because he
guys
obviously can't.
I'm going to be angry.
So Hank tries to like, yeah, beat him with a flashlight, and then he tries to throw a punch, completely misses, and now he's going to go all kung fu and a really bad roundhouse kick.
I love how he tries to do that, like, that
Yeah.
like kung fu karate move that seems
Yes.
like we saw
Yeah.
in every single 80s detective show. Everybody had to punch people out.
Yeah. To quote Chun from Remo Williams, "You move like a pregnant yak."
What are you doing?
Blood Brothers.
Charles, have you ever seen Fistful of Yen
No,
from the
I have
Kentucky Fried Movie?
If I did, I think it was a long time ago.
Highly, highly, highly recommend it.
So
yeah.
Jonathan smashes the flashlight in cliffhanger.
In cliffhanger, bum 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 bum.
Dun, dun.
Oh yeah, and you notice that there's nobody in the credits for.
Is Laura Palmer's theme?
Nobody's in the credits for Mr. Tajimura, and
Nope.
there was nobody out of the ordinary in the opening credits either. So
Right.
who could it be now?
Yeah. Now, because Fumio Yamaguchi's credited at the beginning of the episode, and just as Fumio Yamaguchi doesn't say, who that person is or what have you. So they went all out. They tried to keep this a good secret, and I think it worked.
Yeah, they did.
Probably would have been spoiled in today's era with the internet and all, but
oh yeah, totally. There would have been
behind the scenes photos of like, hey, here's Piper Laurie, with makeup
in her makeup. Yeah, exactly.
But back then it worked.
Mm-hmm. Back then, Starlog did what you told them to do.
Right. I love Starlog magazine.
If you paid them enough, they told the world your movie was good, and they kept your secret.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Yeah. And when for Comic Scene magazine, you could get them to like tell everybody that hey, this movie's gonna happen. It's totally 100% gonna happen, and it never happens.
And it never happens. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. I have been. What is it? What have I
remember all those that Doctor Strange movie back in the 1980s, or yeah.
Yeah, nobody remembers those.
Nobody remembers because they never happened.
Because they never happened. And how many years has it been? 34 years that I've been waiting for the World Crime League to be a movie?
Don't get me started on that one.
I don't even want to talk about that.
We're not going to talk
Don't
about
want to
that.
talk about it. We're not going to talk about Bonsai. I'm going to leave him out of it.
I would totally write that film if I could for free.
I think we've all written that film at least 3 times in our head.
Oh my God.
You
That
know,
and
seriously.
before we got the return, I would do that with Twin Peaks season 3. I would have written that completely for free
I just,
if they would let
yeah,
me.
seriously, yeah, I would have paid them to do
Yes,
it.
exactly, just to get it done.
If
Like,
they would have just let me get in there and do some stuff.
yeah,
Be like, and I'm sorry, in my world in Twin Peaks, Cooper and Audrey got married.
you think?
That's what I would have wanted to happen. You know,
Interesting.
he needed somebody
Maybe
that
not right
was,
away, but after some time
no,
passed.
like when she was like 30.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Down the
Yeah,
road.
when she was like 30. Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah,
Because
like
yeah,
after.
obviously older. If with like 10 years down the road,
Right.
that age difference would have been not an issue.
Yeah, nobody would have paid any attention to
Right,
it,
right.
and we would have we definitely would have seen. I would have kept Bobby and Shelley together, just like
Right.
they did in The Return.
With no red.
And well, I mean, even if they got divorced along the way, I would have kept them together after this whole thing.
Right.
But I also would have let Norma and Ed be together.
Oh
You know,
yeah, yeah,
especially,
yeah.
yeah,
Much sooner.
much sooner
Much
than
sooner. Yeah.
25 freaking years to have to wait. You know, it's a long time to have to wait for, just, coming back from a camping trip and getting kicked off,
Right.
you know. But I would have wanted something really good for Nadine, though. Like maybe, she would have fallen in love with Mike for real or something, and he would have been a nice guy. I don't know. I don't want Nadine to get screwed in this equation, but
Well, she's one of the few characters that actually got a happy ending in The Return.
she did. Yeah, yeah. That whole crew got kind of a happy ending.
Yeah.
And the fact that Nadine made it out of her psychosis, somewhat intact, that
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, she kind of like went right through her insanity and came out the other side.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, hey, speaking of The Return,
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to tell you about what I found at the Akron Comic Con.
Uh-oh. Did you get some cards?
I did.
What'd you
I
get?
sure did.
What'd you get?
I was able to complete my base set.
Yay!
What I did was there was a guy, a card dealer there,
Yeah.
who had a box, and
He had some singles?
well, what he had done, what somebody had done was they had taken the autograph cards out.
Okay.
They left all the other chase cards in, but they had like steamed them open
Yeah.
and taken. He kept telling me the autograph cards are gone, but they're sealed. I'm like, that is not physically possible. So tell me another one. What the hell does that even mean?
Right.
So what happened is that they got steamed open. The
Yeah.
autograph cards were taken out, and everything got put back in.
Okay.
Um,
Which is kind of a dick move. That you
it's
just
kind of a dick move, but I got a full box of regular series cards and other chase cards
cool.
for $25.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's worth it.
And I got a Bradley Mitchum character card.
Oh, cool.
So I was very excited about that.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I got that and some other stuff, and I got one of those like rough cardboard ones.
So that was Jim Belushi's character, right? Not
That's Jim Belushi's
not
character.
Robert Nepper.
No, yeah, it's Jim Belushi's character.
Okay.
And which reminds me, I tried to post something from my phone onto our Ghostwood page, and it never posted. I need to
try that again.
I need to see what the deal is with that.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I went to it. Yeah, it just for some reason I was having trouble posting over the weekend. This past weekend I went to Wisconsin, and to visit family. And in Wisconsin is a bar called Sobelman's that's famous for its ridiculously over-the-top Bloody Marys.
Okay.
Like they have one Bloody Mary that you can get that has an entire fried chicken on it, like as the garnish. Like it's like man versus food, ridiculous food porn kind of stuff.
That's funny.
So yeah, I tried to post a picture of that on our Facebook page, but I didn't. For some reason, it didn't post. But yes, I was able to complete my set, so I have a full.
Yay! Good
I have
for
a full
you.
base
Now
set.
I feel better. Not you giving me enough the cards to finish off my base set.
It just was stupid that we would both have,
Right.
out of two whole boxes,
Right.
we would both only have incomplete sets. That was dumb.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was.
that's,
I'm glad your karma was rewarded.
I thought so. And something I'm finding out that when you go to comic conventions,
Yeah.
the pop dealers are carrying the pop Pez. So I kind of made out on those.
Oh, you did. Did you find the
Yes,
Doctor Who?
no, those are not out yet.
Oh, they're not. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
good.
I think
Good.
they're December. I think
Okay.
those are December,
All
or
right.
they're just coming out. But I'm going to get somber here, and I know it's not Twin Peaks related.
Right.
I did get the Stan Lee one.
In honor of Stan. Yeah,
So,
we should mention, yeah, for those who don't know, and you must be living under a rock if you don't know.
or you're just not a geek in that sort of a fashion.
Yeah, exactly. Stan Lee passed this week,
Yes,
which
he
was
did.
a,
95.
a huge deal. Obviously, Stan Lee, a legend, because with Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, John Buscema, just so many other, Don Heck, so many other artists that co-created the Marvel Universe.
Pretty much. Yep.
And
Yeah. Whatever you know about the Marvel universe is pretty much
exactly. And
is
obviously,
pretty much Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and Stan Lee.
yeah,
So it
because
it
obviously
was a big deal. But yeah,
Doctor Strange, the Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, a little character by the
Yep.
name of Spider-Man, the Avengers,
Yep.
and so pretty
I mean, and Jack Kirby is one of the greatest artists of all time.
right.
Um, and he brought those characters to life. But yeah, him and Stan working together created everything that we pretty much know from
Yeah,
Marvel today. Um,
I
no,
personally go ahead.
I bought it before Stan Lee had passed.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got a much better price on it than I would if I bought it now.
right.
But
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of people just using his death to jack up those prices on eBay.
and that's what's worrying me because Stan Lee does have his own pop figure as well.
Right.
So I have a feeling that kind of stuff is going to go through the roof, which is kind of ridiculous.
It is.
But
But that's
um,
people. So,
that's
yeah, humans.
humans are the
But
worst people I know.
they are. But I got to actually meet Stan a couple times at conventions. One was at the 1988 Superman International Superman Expo in Cleveland.
That seems like not the place for Stan Lee, but okay.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what made it so great was that he was there for the competition's flagship character. So,
Well, and that's the thing about Stan Lee. I mean, say what you want to about him for being a credit hog, which
yeah,
he was.
right.
He's not so much a credit hog, but when people say,
Yeah,
"Hey, did you create Spider? You created Spider-Man, did you?" He didn't correct them. That's his biggest problem is he
yeah,
didn't correct it.
right.
But talk about the master of self-promotion.
Yeah, he was basically a great salesman.
Mm-hmm.
And he was essentially if you read the New Gods, Jack Kirby's The New Gods, he was Funky Flashman through and through.
Oh, completely, completely. So he knew how. And the thing is, people who have no clue about comic books know who Stan Lee is.
Right.
And
But
I
but
never
but
met.
but that worked because when Stan went out to Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
for Marvel
Yep.
and ended up like producing shows and he like when I was a kid they had like shows like this Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which I
Oh
loved.
yeah.
And he was narrating that and other shows like the Incredible Hulk cartoon and he was the face of Marvel.
He was totally the face of
And
Marvel. And
and go ahead.
my first exposure to Spider-Man as a child was the Electric Company.
Right. That was mine as
So
well. And
was it?
then I got Spidey Super Stories as a result
Yep.
of seeing Spider-Man on the Electric Company.
Yep. We're going to bring in the
Yeah, and then
power.
also the '60s Spider-Man cartoon that was in
Does
syndication.
whatever a spider can. That's where that
Exactly.
song comes from.
Because I would
Yeah.
come home from school, elementary school, and then that cartoon would be on, and my life was good.
Good times.
Good
Good
times. I
times.
watched that and with Battle of the Planets and Star Blazers, and it was great.
That
Back,
sounds like a fun afternoon, my
it
friend.
was an awesome, and they had like Fleischer Popeye cartoons,
The best thing ever.
right? So yeah, this was WAB 43 out of Cleveland airing this, and it was
WUAB plays favorites,
they do,
or
yeah.
so I hear.
So that was the best station for a kid back in the day. You come home from school and you watch all these great cartoon shows.
Speaking of WUAB, guess what I found? I didn't buy one,
Yeah.
but guess what somebody had at that Akron show?
What?
Superhost T-shirts.
Oh, that's cool. I would have like I want a Big Chuck and Little John shirt.
I think they probably had something like that.
I
But yeah,
I was more Big Chuck and Little John than Superhost.
I was more Superhost because
Yeah.
he was the movies, like the Saturday afternoon movies.
Right.
So yeah, he's the. For those of you who don't know, he was like the superhero equivalent of Ghoulardi.
Yes.
You know, he was a man wearing a Superman type tights outfit.
Yeah.
He really shouldn't have been, but he was
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah. Basically, he was this middle-aged guy in like blue long johns, made up to look kind of resemble Superman.
Yes, it
And
was put
with
together for about $4.
and for some reason he had like a little clown dot nose on
He
his
had a red
nose.
nose, like he was
Yeah.
drunk Superman or something.
Yeah, it was very
I don't know
weird.
what the deal is with that. But yeah, no, I never met Stan Lee. Honestly, because um, I didn't want to stand in line for him
Right.
because it would have been my whole day,
Right.
and um, that jerk who was his management wouldn't let anybody else get near him outside of it.
Okay.
So even though he and I were in the same group that went to the koala sanctuary,
Right.
they surrounded him like vultures and wouldn't let anybody come up to him and say hi or talk to him. Even people from the convention in our own group weren't allowed to talk to him. So
Really?
I'm hoping that crew gets prosecuted. But
But
the
no, but I got to meet Stan a couple times and had a really positive experiences both times.
everybody I know who has said
He
that
was
exact
he
thing.
was so friendly and took time talking to me and like I've got he signed some things for free
That's
and
very sweet.
like he signed a photo and then he's like I've got a Silver Surfer Marvel Masterworks signed by him and John Buscema and
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow. That's amazing.
yeah, so that's one of my treasured things. I'm never gonna part with
Wrap
ever.
that drizz in plastic, my friend.
Well, that's just like yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome. And so
neat.
I was just so appreciative. I was just like,
Great.
it was growing up hearing him and the fact that like okay,
Yeah.
finally getting to meet him and him being very polite and friendly and not like
Hmm.
taking it for granted for his
Well, and
fans.
I think Stan Lee was energized by fans because
Yeah,
I saw him behind the scenes a
right,
lot at conventions where he's tired and he looks like he's half asleep. But the
right,
second you get him in with the fans, he's on,
right, right.
and he's just. I think the fans energized him, and I think that um, he wanted every fan to have a good experience because that, like I said,
Yeah,
he is a promotion machine. He
right,
wants you to have a good experience with Marvel Comics. End of
right.
story.
And there,
One of the one
and
of the
there,
fun things that happened when we were at the Koala Sanctuary was when we went to the Koala Sanctuary, the rest of us took a riverboat like tour through Brisbane.
hmm
It was a river cruise sort of a thing, and it took an hour or so and something like that. And when we got
right,
off, we had to climb like these stairs up a hill to get there, and there's no way Stan Lee could have done that. So he was driven
right.
um, to do that. But when we got there, we were all there. We had our pictures taken with koalas, and I was, waiting for some friends, and we were going to move on. And Stan Lee comes rolling up, and just like nothing, just like oh hey, I'm here at the zoo, right?
Yeah.
So he comes rolling up, and there was a guy next to me, and he just looks at me. He's like, that's Stan Lee, and he looks at, and I'm just kind of laughing. He looks at me, he's like, is that Stan Lee? I said, yeah, it is, and he's like, why? It was a long story. He was here for the convention. Now we're all here and he's like, that's Stan Lee. It was just these people who happened to be at the zoo this day got to see Stan Lee hold a koala. It was freaking adorable.
Well, how often do you get to see that? To be fair.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like how often do you get to hold a koala, first of all? And then how
Right.
often do you get to hold a koala and then watch Stan Lee hold a koala?
Exactly. So that's like
For me,
it's
it's only happened one.
exactly. But you got to experience it. So that's something
And it
I
was just
obviously will
just
never
so
get to
fun
experience.
to see that one guy look at me. He's like, is that Stan Lee? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It was just a very surreal moment. I had to be.
Why is he here?
Yeah.
It was
But
bizarre.
so
But I'm
there,
going to
so,
tell you something about Stan Lee.
yeah,
That was actual hair.
really good.
Because I
Well,
sat behind him.
like during the 70s and early 80s, he definitely wore a toupee,
Hmm.
but he got rid of it as he got older.
It's definitely like long in the back and combed up,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there are follicles. Those
yeah,
were follicles.
right.
So yeah, because I was sitting behind him at the Raptor show at the sanctuary, and yeah, that's hair.
Yeah.
So,
So there are legitimate criticisms about Stan Lee you can make, obviously. But
but there's also
there was some
legitimate
good there was
you can
plenty
make
of
too.
good things you can
Yeah,
say about Stan Lee. And the fact that he created all these characters that are going to last,
co-created.
co-created, yes, yes, exactly, with
Yes,
Jack Kirby, sorry, I get in the habit of it. Yes,
it's easy because
co
that like I said, he never corrected anybody.
right. So
You know,
yes, he co-created all these characters with artists like Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, again, Don Heck, and that they're going to last.
yeah, oh
And
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
they're gonna be around far longer than we will.
Oh, for sure.
And that right there is something you can credit him for,
Yes, absolutely,
as well as
absolutely.
crediting the artist,
And
obviously.
you can credit him for being for knowing how to promote your
Right,
product
right. And
because, like I
what?
said, people who have no idea about
Yeah,
comics know who Stan Lee is
yeah. And I think
and know that Stan Lee and Marvel Comics are like bacon and eggs.
right, and he helped turn Marvel from just a comics company into an empire
Hmm.
because of his actions, because of reaching out to things like TV, movies,
Self
animation.
promotion machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then that, obviously helped to develop. And I know this isn't talking about I mean, this has nothing to do with Twin Peaks, but um, it's just something that I think we need to acknowledge because he just was such a creative force and
Hmm.
and a
In
bit of
pop culture,
and
you know.
definitely a pop culture icon. Exactly.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
Okay. So we didn't talk about our ratings. To get back to the Twin Peaks. So what's your ratings for this one?
My my rating for this one is 8 out of 10 hat boxes. Hat boxes from Seattle.
Right, nice.
And
Probably empty hat boxes.
yeah, like I said, when has Josie ever worn a hat? I never see her wear a hat. The
Exactly.
reason I give it an 8 is because
Hmm.
um, I feel like the MT Wentz plotline
Yeah,
is a little more comic relief than it is red herring.
right.
And I think that having it be a red herring, so you think that all these people who are in town, um, what's his name? We just said it. I can't think of it. Um, and then Piper
Tojimura?
Laurie, yeah,
Mr. Tojimura. Yeah,
Mr. Tajimura, and and then Piper Laurie coming in all mysterious. That we need that red herring where there's something going on that's throwing everybody off the scent of those people.
right.
But I think it was a little too much of a comic relief thing.
Like if it would have
But
been treated more seriously, it would have been more effective.
right, but I think it's like, well, let's get flowers and let's get, I mean, it just sort of
Yeah.
became, Frog, go eat in the kitchen. It just became kind of a comic relief bit,
Okay, that's fair.
and that kind of left me cold. And the thing is, I'm looking at this too from a retroactive standpoint. Hindsight being 2020.
Yeah.
I know that this MT Wentz plotline is just going to piss me off and make me sad for Norma.
Got it.
So, because
So it's kind of clouding your opinion a little bit.
I think it is clouding my opinion a little bit. Because kids, I have eaten at the Double R Diner, and
Yes,
it
you
is
have.
4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much.
You like the food.
I liked the food. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the pie. Is it the
Right.
greatest pie I've ever eaten? No, but I'm still waiting for the greatest pie I've ever eaten.
It's a perfectly decent pie, though.
But it's perfectly decent pie, and it's a lovely location. It's a nice retro diner. Like I said, it's like 4.5 stars out of 5 to me.
There you go.
It's diner food, kids. You're not
That's
going to go in there and get amuse bouches or sushi that you can only get for $80 a piece of sashimi. It's diner food. You're going to get burgers. You're going to get meatloaf. You're going to
right.
get pancakes. You're going to get
If you like diner food, I love diner food.
I'll bet you do.
So yeah, because I mean, obviously, I grew up in a family restaurant, so yeah, I'm
Yeah.
more than happy to eat diner food. And the So I would definitely appreciate something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping one day I will get to go there and experience
I
that.
wish your parents still had their restaurant because I want to go in there with you and just for
Yeah,
no reason
yeah,
just say,
right.
"Are you talking about that little girl that got murdered?" I just want to.
Well, it wasn't like a diner. It was more like
I
it was a
right,
family.
but that
It was like like a what's a good comparison?
like a chefinette kind of a place.
Like a Perkins.
Right, but
Yeah,
that place kind of was like that with there's lots of it's
yeah,
big, it's lots of
right,
tables. It was just a
right,
more
exactly.
restaurant.
But you had
Yeah.
booths and you had waitresses and all
Yes.
that. So yeah, and you had
Yes, exactly.
like a cook in the back and yeah, so that kind of
Hmm.
thing.
Right.
So that's what I grew up with.
Right.
And
And I love diner food too because I just, I have to go for that retro 50s charm.
yep, I do too.
So,
I love 50s diners.
oh
So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
when we had Johnny Rockets, I love that.
Oh my gosh, Charles,
That was the hip place back in the day. So
you should have lived here in Columbus when we had Jerry's Drive-In.
oh, I would love see I love drive-ins too.
Jerry's Drive-In was it had it was a restaurant with, booths and tables, and then it had a drive-in, and then it had
Yep,
cruise-ins every first Saturday or something like that.
right.
It is a TJ's now, but it was so great when it was Jerry's Drive-In. It was an incredible place, and
If it,
I miss it.
if
I
I would
miss it.
I you know my I would love it if somebody could just m create a franchise of double R diners.
Well, they did
Well, yeah,
for real.
Norma did, but yeah,
Yeah, Norma did. Yeah,
Nora did.
for real. So, what's your rating, Charles?
I give this one. I'm a little more generous. I like this one. I
Okay.
think there's some great character moments, and it's if nothing else, it's worth it to see Hank getting the crap kicked out of him, and Emery Battis getting offed by Jean Reno.
Oh, I'm going to raise mine to 8.5 because of
Did I persuade
Emery
you?
Battis. Yeah, Emery Battis getting killed. That's going to raise me up to 8.5.
See
Yeah.
that, and that's why 8.5 stuffed good, dead mongooses.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think for me, I think also comparing it to the previous episode
Yeah,
where we opened a bunch of cans of worms,
right.
but in this episode, I feel like we have a lot of slow moving worms.
I think this is good, but just in a completely different way from the previous episode.
Right. I just think it kind of slowed the momentum down a little bit.
It is yeah, it doesn't really advance the Laura Palmer storyline much, although we get some stuff with
No.
Harold
Right.
And Leland,
And I like the Leland stuff too.
right? Because we start to see Leland starting to crack here.
Leland,
I mean, he was cracked before,
yeah,
but he's really
he's
cracking now.
really losing his mind.
Yeah, the fact that he was just so checked out at the beginning of
Yeah,
this.
absolutely. Yeah, he's full of secrets and he's got
Yeah,
problems.
and knowing what we know about Leland, this is obviously the beginning of the big final downward slide.
Yes. Yes, this is Leland.
Like
Spoiler alert, Leland's not going to be with us
he's
much
on the
longer.
roller coaster. He's just went over the hump, and now
Uh-huh.
he's starting to race right down the other side.
Yeah. And this is yeah, we're not going to see Leland for much longer, so we got to take our
Yep. Enjoy that raise wise while you can,
we
folks.
got to take our Ray Wise while we can still get him.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So next time on Ghostwood, we're going to talk about the Orchid's Curse. So get your garden rakes handy for this one.
Charles, just why? Why do you have to pick at the garden rake scab?
Well, for this episode, it's warranted, I think.
This is when it happens, but yeah,
Exactly.
you all are going to be just as mad at Donna as I am. This is a bitch move on her part, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, let's not, Harold isn't completely blameless here.
No, like I said, you're right.
Ha-
Harold has his creepy moments,
yes, he
but
does. Yes, he
you know they
does.
they play the same kind of trick on him that they played on Dr. Jacoby.
Right, because remember,
Saw how well that ended.
Harold was intentionally withholding evidence from the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department because Laura's diary was his.
See, and that's the kind of crap that I can't that does tick me off about Harold. I have a problem with that sort of
Right. Like
and,
because
and you hear this all the time in actual crimes. It's like, why didn't you tell the police? They never asked.
yeah.
like, okay, well,
Maybe you should volunteer this
maybe you
information.
should volunteer the information, please.
Yeah.
The heck is wrong with you?
So that's kind of my major beef with Harold is that, you
And
know,
that's a reasonable beef right there.
yeah, it's like he was intentionally withholding evidence.
Hmm.
He did not volunteer it. He didn't reach out to authorities.
Nope.
So he
Nope.
could have picked up the frickin' phone if he didn't want to go out of his house.
Well, and I can understand where Harold is coming from in a crazy part of it because
Hmm.
he did make a promise to Laura
Right.
to keep it safe.
He doesn't
And
he doesn't openly share the diary with Donna,
it's not like the diary is going to bring her back,
right?
but at the same time, and I guess I think I'm a little more forgiving with it too because I know that it's not going to do a damn bit of good,
Right. Well,
you know.
that's Harold's argument here in this episode that we just watched
Yeah,
is that he goes, "Well, I already looked through it, and
there's nothing here.
there's nothing here for the police to worry themselves about.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this."
And the thing is he's, like I said last time where you have that moment where Donna is and James are talking to Maddie saying we want to find out who we're worried. We loved Lauren. We're worried that whoever's responsible for this is never going to get caught. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of what happens. They legit never get caught.
Right.
And so I think I might be a little bit more forgiving of Harold because I know that, but you're right. That's not cool
It's not cool.
to do that. Yeah.
So I mean, I get where you're coming from with Donna because I think Donna handles it badly, but I think also Harold handles it badly.
I think Harold,
There's plenty of mistakes to go around here.
Harold's also crazy.
Harold's all,
Donna's just kind of a bitch.
right.
And, especially, like I said, her whole like drama with, James and Maddie, oh, God forbid they talk to each other about something tragic that happened to both of them,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Donna, as we've noticed and continue to notice as the show progresses, is a serious drama queen.
Serious, serious, serious drama queen. Yeah. And I don't suffer drama queens very well.
No, I know you don't.
I'll admit it.
Yeah. So that may be part of the bias, I guess, toward Donna.
That could very well be part of my bias. Yes.
All right. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about the Orchid's Curse next time. In the meantime, if you want to get a hold of us here and let us know what you thought about Laura's Secret Diary that we just watched, or the Orchid's Curse, or any other Twin Peaks episodes for that matter, you can drop us a
Or
line.
anything, frankly.
Exactly. You can drop us a line on the email.
The email.
ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. That's ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can reach us on the Twitter at ghostwoodcast. We definitely appreciate that if you followed us there. Or you can like us and follow us on Facebook at Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks Podcast. So that would be great. Or if you want to go to Apple iTunes, you could leave us a review and rate us, and we would definitely appreciate that because, hey, that helps people find us.
Helps people find us. Yep.
And while you're at it, also go to the Southgate Media Patreon page and throw our editor, Rob Southgate, a couple bucks and help keep the lights on for Ghostwood because, all this Twin Peaks stuff isn't cheap, yo. So
these Twin Peaks references ain't going to pay for themselves.
Exactly. Much as we wish they would, but
that would be nice.
It
yeah.
would be nice. So,
but hey, when you listen, you can give us $1 a month, and then you don't have to have somebody try and guilt you into buying Bombas socks.
Exactly.
Because for right now, we're ad free because we rely on you, the listener.
So maybe just skip that one overpriced coffee and help keep the lights on. I'm sure Rob Southgate would appreciate that. You can go to southgatemediagroup.com for more information. All right. So, Zan, where can they find you on the interwebs?
I'm on the Twitters and on the Instagrams as Udanax19 is the best way to find me.
Right.
What about you, Charles? Because you do one or two other podcasts, right?
I do like 50. I don't know. No.
I know. You do them all.
I do 4, including this one. So obviously you can reach me at Charles Skaggs on the Twitter or at Charles Skaggs on the Instagram. And then Facebook, of course, at Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio. And my blog of geeky things.
Damn good coffee. hot.
Damn Good Coffee and Hot, where I talk about all the stuff we talk about here on Ghostwood, Twin Peaks, David Lynch, or comic books, sci-fi news,
All things pop culture.
all the things of my other podcasts they do for Southgate Media Group, including the award-winning Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast they do
Heck
with
yeah.
Jesse Jackson and Karen Lindsay, and also Titan Talk, the Titans podcast they do with Jesse, where we talk about the DC Universe series Titans, and probably going to be talking about Young Justice and Doom Patrol, and that's going to be a lot of fun when we get to Doom Patrol, because I'm a big Doom Patrol fan, which is right up Twin Peaks fans' alley, I might add. And then the Phantom Zone podcast that I do with Karen Lindsay, where we talk about comic book shows on television. And right now we're reviewing shows like Legends of Tomorrow, Daredevil on Netflix,
There's so many.
The Flash, Black Lightning. We just reviewed Andrew Lincoln's final episode of The Walking Dead before he goes off to do TV movies, reprising the same character. And then,
Oh, yeah.
Fox's The Gifted, Supergirl, you name it, we're covering it. And so if you enjoy the kind of programs, go check out that podcast, because we will talk about all those episodes and more. So please check those out, and I would definitely appreciate that. Otherwise, come on back. 2 weeks, we're going to have a little Thanksgiving break as we watch a lot of MST3K.
I was going to say, Zan's other obsession on
And
television.
eat a lot of pie or what have you. And
Ooh, I got to
you want
look
some
to
pie?
see if I can find mincemeat, because nobody ever makes a mincemeat pie but me.
Yep, and mashed potatoes without gravy, apparently.
Without gravy? Yeah, no gravy.
No gravy for Zan.
Nope, none.
Yep, so feel bad for her. And
No, it's probably better that I don't eat any gravy, but
yeah, but when it's Thanksgiving, you want the
it's
gravy.
not what I'm used to. We'll just say that. It's just not what I'm used to.
Yeah. So come on back for the Orchid's Curse, everybody. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and probably gonna be talking some Harold Smith, I would think, quite a bit in this episode. Yeah.
Because it's our last chance to talk about Harold.
Yep. So this is gonna be a good one. So Zan's gonna have to break out the tissue box, because we may be saying farewell to Harold Smith. Oh, and you even have an owl cave symbol on it.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I have a Twin Peaks tissue box, kids.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so jelly.
I can't handle Kleenex that when you try to take one, you take the whole box with you.
Right.
So I have those covers on all the tissue boxes in my house.
Cool.
Also, those covers don't get cat teeth marks on them.
Oh, you have a problem with cats eating your tissue boxes?
Oh my good Lord. My mom, one time when she was cat sitting, we have a coffee table that has little pockets in it.
Right.
And I keep a thing of tissues in there, but I keep it so the tissues and the top of the pocket are flush. And so you have to pull it out to see the tissues. Well, my mom turned it so she could just pull the tissues out. And when she came back and she saw that I had moved it, she's like, "Oh, you didn't like what I did?" I'm like, "It's not that I don't like it. It's that it's not going to last. It's that I'm going to see like 100 tissues on the floor if I leave it that way."
Funny.
So
that's funny.
So I'm not going to have a Christmas tree either for that exact same reason.
Well, we always had a problem with our cat Keiko climbing the Christmas tree and not wanting to come out.
Yeah. See, well, we have Jess Bell, who likes to chew on wires. She has no concept of the fact that will kill her.
Yeah.
She just knows that it gets our attention. So,
Yeah.
so she does it. So, yeah.
All right.
So,
So fingers crossed for no electrocuted kitties this holiday season. And otherwise, we will see you again for the Orchid's Curse, because you're coming back, right? Right. Next time, right here.
I'll be back.
Yep. So we'll see you right here next time on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.